We all know there was a lot of time and money pursuing settlements with mortgage banks that did us wrong. However, did you know that some of those settlements may be doing some homeowners more harm than good? Everything you need to know about that and why it matters to you is Fox 29 lawyer and advocate Shari Olefson. Nice of you to join us with all this information, because there is some new information in terms of settlements.
This is big,
and what it could mean for some of these people.
A new $540 million settlement that's designed to help folks who are still underwater, still struggling with their payments, or maybe have been wrongly foreclosed. Now, we remember back in 2012, there was that big national mortgage settlement with the attorney generals from all the states and 5 big banks. What some folks don't realize is that 6 to 9 million people are still underwater. Millions more are still in default on their loans and really struggling. So these new settlements, it's a $540 million settlement with SunTrust, and then one that happened not too long ago with Ocwen for $2 billion, are modeled after those national mortgage settlements, Roxanne. The thing is that anyone who thinks they're entitled to help under these can go to www.nationalmortgagesettlement.com for more information. But the problem is that folks who received help under the former settlements didn't have to pay income tax on that help. But now, something called the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Relief Act was allowed to expire by Congress at the end of last year. And so these folks who get help under these settlements may actually owe income tax for the benefits they receive.
So if someone gives you a $100,000 forgiveness on your mortgage, they write off, they cross that off, that's going to be added as income at the end of the year?
It could potentially, because the thing is that the Internal Revenue Code generally says that if your bank forgives mortgage debt, which is what they do with a short sale or a principal write-down, then that's considered income, and so you owe income tax on that. But back in 2007, Congress wanted to encourage people and banks to do short sales and principal write-downs to save homes, and so they passed this Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Relief Act, which said you don't owe income tax. But again, that expired December 31st. But these settlements are still being written as if the act is still in effect, and it's not. So it's almost like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Well, that's a little bit
tough, really tough.
Confusing, too, for these homeowners. Okay, so a homeowner thinks they might be able to still benefit. What do they do with one of these settlements?
Sure. If you want to go ahead and accept a settlement that does not involve a write-down or a short sale, you know, the bank's not forgiving debt. So that would be, for example, a modification that extended the term or lowered your interest rate. That's fine. Any help that involves either a write-down, a short sale, a payment that you're receiving from the bank, you need to consult with a tax professional, because you may end up owing income tax. Now, there are certain exemptions for hardship, or if you file bankruptcy, there are exemptions, but you need to talk to a professional before you accept any money or any help that involves a principal write-down. The other thing is, folks can wait and see, because there are bills pending in Congress to extend the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Relief Act. The problem is that may not happen until after November, and people need to make decisions now, and especially these folks now who are going through settlements today, Roxanne. A lot of these are the folks who really did the best they could to handle this on their own without help, and they're the ones who are really being penalized.
Boy, there was a lot out there to try to understand. Just in the last seconds, the website you gave right off the top?
Sure, it's nationalmortgagesettlement.com.
Okay, because I think there's probably a lot of people who you're reaching out to right now.
Lots of good information, but you need to talk to a tax professional, because everyone's situation is different.
All right, make sure you do that too. Thanks for the info.
Sure.
Lots of it there. Let's go back to the anchor desk.